Hello, my name is Cthulhu Monster. Welcome back to my ATM Gravitas 2 Let's Play series that I do on Pilpo's Patreon server. As you may see, the floor is torn up a little bit behind me. Last episode, we were working on getting AE2 going, and I was really excited. And unfortunately, I found a little bit of a bug that I'm about to resolve here, where I crash if I try to search my storage here if I have that integrated dynamics set up. So I'm sure there's a solution somewhere. I haven't found it yet. So I'm going to be in the process of just cleaning up my storage to start here and then looking at what our next steps are going to be. So yeah, let's see what we get up to today. First, how do I get out of the chair? Sat in a little chair here in my little sleeping part of the base. One thing I'm going to be looking at is something we haven't looked at in a long time. And that's this mess right here. It is definitely the hidden shame of my storage before I even had integrated dynamics. So my goal is to see what's all on here. And if I feel it's necessary, I'll keep it. And if I don't, it's gonna go into the fire. Some of this stuff like that, one of those was what? A bed I saw? Like, we don't need that. The low... there's a lot of junk in here, and this was never meant for that. Not that I don't have really anything that that I need to store in something small like that area, but it definitely needs to get cleared out. So that's going to be how I'm going to approach this is, do I need it? Keep it? And is it 100% unnecessary? Okay, shale cobble. I do want this. This does look useful. So I wish I connected it. Okay, shale cobble. That'll stay. Bronze fire casing and 34 kapok logs. You do not get to stay. Where's my... Now I just need to find a spot to put a fire. Let's see here. Right? I can do this. I remember my buttons. I won't throw this into the ground anywhere, right? Alright, little guy. You. Go away. Alright, that's what we're going to do. We're very lucky in this playthrough in the respect that I have a lot of stuff. But yeah, we just need to sort through air. So ashes, like, well, none of that in that storage bus between the dark ashes, the kapok, the ladder, and the hummus seem necessary. And then dark ashes, I don't think really provide anything that's surprising. It's more carbon from my memory. Yeah, so making fertilizer, no. This can go. To the flames. Oh no, I have two up here. Alright, ancient debris would be nice. So it's this one that I get to burn. Light it on fire. Just gotta keep turning it off because skills. Okay, the ancient debris. I know that is not going to have, and speaking of that, the stick here can definitely get pulled out. Ancient debris I will need, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to repair this floor a little bit while I'm doing this. Alright, so let's see here. Leather horse armor. I do not need that. Ovaline? We might need that. That's a whole stack of ovaline. Ovaline. So I'm terrible at remembering this. The golden idol. I don't necessarily know if we need it. But yeah, so this is kind of what I'm thinking of doing. Not even kind of. This is what I'm planning on doing. And then, yeah, ovaline might be useful because it's an ore that could become part of my stuff. So we'll grab that. In regards to that, yeah. I don't think... Let's just put it in one of these guys. We will look to move those later. So yeah, so I'm going to start cleaning that up, and I'll bring you back once I have that sorted out. All right. So I got this whole area cleared out of temporary ones, so I can finally put the elevator that was supposed to be here. Hello? Fishy? Hey, fishy, fishy. So yeah, so I'll be able to put an elevator here going down to the lower areas, which I did want. And then I also am going to be able to get these vaults figured out, because I do want this to be my create section. You can see actually my create cooker washer was always supposed to be here, and then I got distracted. Since we're down here, we might as well put some more stuff bulk blasting. I just did a lot of iron, because when I was clearing out some stuff, oop, this is no longer attached. What? I didn't realize I unattached this. Alright, I'm gonna have to go put that on. Connect that up again. See right there. Right there. That line needs to connect to this line. Alright, let's go grab some logic cables here. So I run into the wall. But yeah. Gravitas chores. You know, you gotta do it sometimes. And I also want to start potentially setting up my ore processing. Though this is all really me holding back from going into space. I think I'm nervous about it because I have to either make a pretty... I don't know. Like the way they do the mod here is I could just have like rocket thrusters and a seat and call it good. But I would like to do it a little bit fancier. So I need a rocket build design and a place for that. So that's a lot of infrastructure in my mind. It's a little bit of a visual bug there, and everything's still running on diesel, which I'm actually running a little low on. Looking at it. I'm finally on a uptick. But yeah, I'm pretty much maxed out. I accidentally made way too much heavy fuel. I think I got, what's here? 1, 2, 3 super tanks of heavy fuel and a lot of the sulfuric naphtha. So I definitely need to run some of this stuff. It'll be exciting. I do gotta figure out how I want to situate this. Because this area is my base more, and this is over here's Cassidy's. So I'm tempted to... Here's my situation. Maybe another train. I gotta see one of the new fellas who joined our server, Bonanza. He is... Or they're around somewhere, and I'm trying to figure... I don't know if I've seen it yet. So... I'll have to, check it out, see if I can figure out the direction he is, because I think another train would be pretty fun. And I need to get out of here. Okay, get out of, this area before I make the world's lag even more. I'm pretty laggy here. Up the stairs. Leg day is never missed here in the City of Monsters, or Buildtopia as they call it. Oh no! Fire! Fire! I was not anticipating fire. Okay, I overloaded that system. It was not the right direction. Oops. So I'm going to reconnect this here. I'm going to put that transformer back on here. Did I break it? Or did it burn up? Well, I think it burnt up. Shoot. Okay. It burned up. So, an HV transformer. Definitely not something I've tried before. It may scare us. Alright, so I was curious if that was going to be the case. But now I'm going to make sure that these don't go in that direction. And this turns into the outlet, which is the opposite. Which is the difference what happened last time. You can see now this is red. So this is now very high voltage. And we can put our extractor here. Beautiful. Alright, I don't want my extractor there, so gosh. Early me would be so peeved to see me just throw away, like, that many. 131,000 EU. Jeebus. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put charcoal in there and get wood tar out. So now we should have a much better source of benzene. Probably too good of a source, to be honest. Because we have more limited... Hey, this is at pi. That's cool. We have limited storage for benzene. But yeah, so right now We're got 3.8. Let's see here. None of this looks like it's capping out yet, so we can have this going. And then we can solve another problem. We just solved the I don't have a lot of diesel fuel, what's going on. So I'm getting diesel being rebuilt up, and then I'm also getting my benzene production much faster. So that'll be great. And the mineral trees are still being made pretty consistently over there. All right, so I think, let's see here. From a storage standpoint, we're still need those some A2 materials, and then we need to work on getting the auto crafting components. So I think that's going to be our big push. So we got some storage done. It'd be great to lose some of these things. We need to look at the auto crafting portions of AE2. That's one of our next goals. And then I just want to check to see. I'm just having this process right now on diesel, so it's definitely not anything too fancy. So we'll have to figure that out too. And ore processing is another thing we probably should do. Gosh, the list. I really should get like a little to-do list somewhere. All right, there we go. So crafting units, what we want to start making. It looks like it's MV tiered stuff, which is fine. And once again, just those processors. So let's see about speeding up our processor unit. Right now, our processor for those things, because I didn't need them that fast, is right in this system here. So I got my sodium persulfate, and it's all run off of our steam right now, because I thought that looked pretty cool in some basic machines. And the plastic boards are just chugging along, but I think maybe it's time for us to speed that up now. I need some signs or something. Clipboard, we could do the clipboard again. Areas I'm concerned about. Looks like I would actually have done a decent amount of this other than the space travel. So we'll just say we did all of it because I want this to be fresh and new. And resource gathering. Salt. Resources. Needed. Salt. We can do that a few ways. We could go and make pull from the ocean and just get that auto creating. So that would definitely be an option. Let's look at those plastic circuit boards, because right now our polyethylene, that's the right word, is actually not a permanent setup. Yeah, our polyethylene is up on the second floor here. I swear I talk forever. Yeah, so I only have 74 buckets left. All right, so we need polychloride anyway. So I marked it earlier. So getting this process would probably be a good way to start here. So oxygen is definitely something we have, and that would generate more. So oxygen and vinyl chloride. And vinyl chloride looks like chlorine gas, ethylene, ethane and chlorine gas. None of those speak to things I have really quickly. All right, so not a straight good answer to that. It's been a bit. Oh gosh. Okay. So hey, look, this will create our hydrochloric acid as well. That's kind of nice. All right, so chlorine gas and ethylene. Or ethane. I think this is going to be our route, but it looks like we can actually use some of our byproducts that we're already doing. So let's just take a quick look and see if we have ethylene. No. And if I order this by large amounts, steam, sulfuric gas, oxygen. Sulfuric naphtha was one that I was curious. Okay, I need to pop back. Ethylene. Otherwise, I'm going to get distracted by the chemistry. Okay, so it does look like naphtha can be an option too. And how much do we get from that? Okay. So we get 175. That's not too bad. And we have a ton of that. That's the reason I would like to get naphtha. Okay, severely cracked is 450. 150. So one bucket of lightly cracked naphtha turns into 175. But when you look at how to make lightly cracked naphtha, it's one bucket only. So one bucket of naphtha is 175 millibuckets. Good God, the math. All right. And naphtha itself, when you make it from sulfuric naphtha, looks like it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So that's nice. All right. So, and then the other version of this, when we distill it, So it's kind of a 1 to 75 is what I think we were saying. And let's take a look at the severely cracked, which severely cracked in the distillation tower is, per bucket of it, is 470, which is 150% more? Maybe? Don't trust my math here, guys. So it's 450. Okay. All right. And to make severely cracked naphtha, it is 1 naphtha and 1 steam for half a bucket of it. So I'd only get half a bucket this way, but I would get 450. So if I just do some quick math, gosh, modded is just the way to do your math. That's what they should sell for the kids. So if I do severely cracked, I get 2.5 times as much as if I don't do severely cracked. But I just, okay, so I can do that. And the steam I have, what's the benefit of the cracker? Ooh, the cracker is actually 1-on-1. That's nice. What about this lightly cracked stuff? Is there a benefit to do this in the cracker? Not just 1-on-1. All right, what does the cracker require? The cracker requires some type of spreadable cheese, right? Surely. Ooh, fancy. All right. So maintenance hatch, I hate those mufflers. I was not expecting to do this today. Yeah, there's what we're going to be doing today. Everything. I love that ceiling fan. That's one of my favorite parts of this build. All right, so I'm making a cracker. I'm going to be making more ethylene and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we don't really have any type of coil block, and Pumpernickel isn't really selling us at anything. So nichrome might be fine, to be honest. And then we can work on the other pieces for the cracker. I really want to make like a Ritz cracker outline on this thing, but I know it's not that funny. It's just funny in this moment. But if I kept seeing it around a base, I'd be like, oh my God, what is wrong with this person? And that person would be me. Okay, so this is where we will be able to put this guy. And right now we have a superconductor back here, which is that HV barium. This is going to be pulling 4 volts off of it to run this. So, or 0.4 amperage, I guess. I thought it was going to be 4, to be honest. So about 1 volt goes into this machine. And that's going to be that way for quite a while. And it looks like this has been keeping up with this pretty well. I do have that machine controller on here. So yeah, we haven't even down ticked at all on this. And I do have a lot of wires. I do have more for like in the future if I want to run an actual like 16 by here. But currently that's not necessary, so I'm holding off. I got a little enthusiastic, let's say, when I made all these cables. All right, and then I was running the logic cable underneath it. So let's take a look at this multi-block. I can make it automatically update once I have the final location, so I can see that it's actually a pretty cool shape. So it's 3, 5, so it's 5 wide, and the machine block needs to go up 1, and then it's 3 deep. So because I need to wire it, I'm actually going to need to go 4 deep at a minimum. 5 if I want to walk behind it. I think 5 would be fine. And then if it's 3 here, 3 blocks here, I need to put something down so I can put the hatch dealio here. And then I should be able to bust this. And then with the terminal, you can hold shift and there it builds it for you, which I think is pretty cool. So it wants stuff in weird places though. So definitely don't feel afraid about putting your hatches in different locations for what you need. All right, so we should have enough nichrome coil now to make the cracker. So we're on our way. Whoop. All right, I'm gonna run up here and see what's going on. I'm gonna assume this has to be hollow because that bit there is hollow. And that we wouldn't have enough otherwise. I don't think. It was 16. We do not have enough yet. We're getting there. I can't believe I miscounted. All right, 1 minute. Oop, back over here. All right, looks like it formed. So perfect. Now I just need to do the maintenance. All right, she be ready to work. So I have the cracker running right now for the severely steam cracked naphtha. I do have the processor for my chemical reactor here that does the naphtha, sulfuric naphtha to naphtha, disabled right now after I got about almost 2,000 buckets. I just was a little worried about my hydrogen input and the fact that it was going to get destroyed. So we put a pause on here until I get a better source there. And in the meantime, though, I got, almost 2,000 here that needs to get processed. And I'm carrying already 71 buckets. So we'll build up a nice backlog here. So yeah, I will get to you. I'm going to start building a distillation tower then. All right, so I've been looking at getting this distillation tower added in. It has 12. I was wrong earlier. So severely cracked naphtha, when you put it through distillation tower, this is 12, not 9. And an output bus for an item. So I had put it on this level and it was going to go through the ceiling. So what I'm going to do is actually put it down here in this level. And we're going to have a 2-story one here. And for a bit, it just wasn't forming for me because I had mucked having this side here. Unfortunately, I had a block there. And I was like, ah, shoot. So now we should be good. I'm going to try to remember to... My plan is to remember to switch the direction of these while I build it because it's a pain. Pain if I wait for these. And these are my output hatches. So I have 12 of them so that I can get all of the byproducts / run this naphtha. Not even get the byproducts. This is what I need to run the recipe I'm making. And even with moving it down, you can see that this is already at the top. So I think that was a good choice, but I'll have to repair my roof. My God. That's massive. I do like how it goes through both roofs though. Not roofs, both Delios. I think that's gonna look nifty. And yeah, I'm still losing fuel, so got too many processes going at the same time. But that's alright. We're moving along. Alright, so I have fixed the roof and I got these made up, so yeah, it formed. Excellent. So we have a 12 output distillation tower. My gosh, folks, that's massive. All right, so this is all hooked up now. So we should be seeing our methane and ethylene on our actual fluid storage here. So, yep, so I got both methane gas and then the dimethylbenzene earlier. And then the ethylene, let's just check to see where that would be. So yeah, ethylene here, that's also coming in. Excellent. And then I'm just going to check downstairs to make sure the importing space ones are going. So the ones on the bottom here were all things I already had on the surface. So it looks like the heavy fuel is slowing up. So let's just check that one. Oh, I put an item one. That's why. I need a fluid one. I have a few spots where I'm not quite sure why, but my fuel, it just disappears into something. I must have it pulling into some other machine. So light fuel and chlorine gas is one that I have on 25s now, just to make sure that I am getting the fuel into the tank that I care about. Batteries are charged back up, which is great. And I just need to get a machine controller for some of these guys. And the goal here would be that my machine controllers here, it will turn off when the big guy is charging, because there's no point in partial completion of some of these, so I don't want to accidentally get stuck with machines that are stuttering, which is what I was seeing earlier. So I'm just going to grab one of these crystals here and use that to code these guys. So, okay, so it should run here if this guy has 0 for my memory. So, and this one won't trigger unless it needs to run. So let's just quickly check the opposite, which is what, yep, the machine would disable there, which is not what we want. Because right now it should be running. Perfect, so we don't need to invert it. Thank you so much for joining me this episode. We made the largest distillation tower you can, hitting our roof this round. We've made some great progress into getting that polyvinyl chloride available so we can move forward and get a little bit away from the basic rubber components. Additionally, there's been some organization on just where our super tank fuels are. Super tank liquids, I should say. And I'm really excited to see what we will adjust to this layout once we get more AE2. So again, my name is Cthulhu Monster. Thank you so much for joining me here on my Let's Play series on Pilpo's Patreon server. If you ever have any questions on Gravitas, ATM Gravitas 2, I lurk all the time on the ATM Discord for this. Oh my. That sounds like a warning. But yeah, they're a very helpful bunch there. Way more knowledgeable than me, for sure. So hit us up over there if you ever need to. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a great day. Bye.